What's up, beautiful people? Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a wonderful day. It's your girl, T-Nanny on the beat. Bitches, move your feet. And right now, I'm just going to be recording a little bit for the podcast, sharing that with you guys. Hope you're having a wonderful day, like I said before. And yeah, I'm going to just get right into it. Please subscribe to the channel. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, the whole nine. Again, subscribe so we can help, build awareness and spread this message of peace, love, and positivity. So here we go. Recording. Got my mic ready. All right, I don't know if y'all been watching, but LeBron James and the Cavs gone ahead and they went ahead and secured that bag over this weekend. I hope everyone had a great Memorial weekend. Enjoyed the day, eating, food and fellowshipping and networking and spending time with your families and such. If you're working, shout out to you. I'm always inspired by the hustle. People who work hard for their goals and dreams every single day. But back to LeBron James. I don't know if you're a fan. Don't really care. The stats shows it all. Okay, there's proof in the pudding there. It's nothing really for us to argue about. LeBron James is King James. There's just nothing else for us to say. It is what it is, okay? He proves that over and over again, even when he has those bad games, even on the games where I'm calling out, like, you son of a crack, you missed that three-pointer, wide open three. We needed you to make that one. How could you do that? We're so disappointed in you. Next thing you know, LeBron James comes back the next game and he does what he has to do to secure the bag because he has a goal and his goal matches our goal, and our goal is to win the championship. That's our goal. And I'm saying our goal because, well, of course, I don't know if you know by now, but I'm going with LeBron James to take it this year, okay? We're going to go ahead and get this rematch rolling. All right, we had one in 2016, I believe it was, but Golden State went, no. Cavs might have took that one that year, and then 17 Golden State came back and snagged it. However it went down, we're going to have another rematch this year, baby, and you already know we're going to put it down. I'm going with LeBron James, LBJ, you already know, just like the freeway here in Dallas, Texas. Not going to get too far into it, but yes, I'm going with LeBron James. But, it's crazy because I knew this was going to happen. Like, I knew this was going to happen. Of all the great teams that played, and yes, I'm putting great teams in quotation marks. Of all the great teams that played this year, I knew ultimately it was going to be the Cavs versus the Warriors. Anybody who has had this discussion with me about basketball before this point knows this. They knew for a fact that I wanted to see the Warriors up against the Cavs. In the East, I had 3 different teams to make it to the finals. I had faith in Toronto this year. I just knew that they had Drake behind them, and they were just going to, do a little bit better than they did last year. But my man LeBron James said, nope, we getting y'all out of here. They swept them 4-0. Toronto was out of there. I was actually not sad about that because, like I said, I had faith in Toronto to do a little bit better than they did last year. But at the end of the day, I'm rocking with LeBron James. So LeBron James and the Cavs is my first team. Toronto was my second team. Boston was my third team, and the Warriors my fourth team. Now, as you listen to that lineup, the only team I have in the West that I even fathomed going to the finals was the Warriors. I'm sorry, but anybody else in the West who was even looking or trying has gotten swept the fuck up out of there. Now, this year I did see that Houston, they fought for it. They tried. They tried to do their thing, even with James Harden. They tried. But at the end of the day, T-Nanny on the beat already told y'all who was going to the finals in the West. And I told you it was going to be the Warriors. And believe it or not, Just Google it. It's the Warriors. The Warriors is going to the finals, baby, and they going up against LBJ, which I already told y'all this is what was going to happen. My first team in the East was the Cavs. My only team in the West is the Warriors. So, it was actually interesting for me to see the Celtics versus the Cavs this year. I didn't really watch the games because I tried to, and the series that the Celtics played against, I think it was the 76ers, I watched, and I was really just a little upset with their performance. Now, granted, I might not have been giving the 76ers as much credit as I probably should have, because watching them play up against LeBron James and the Cavs, and then thinking back to when they played up against the 76ers, man, I gotta tell you, I was looking at two totally different teams. This Celtics team up against the Cavaliers is not the same Celtics team that I watched play up against the 76ers. So I don't know if that means the 76ers was better than the Celtics, which means that they should have been the ones who really challenged up against LeBron James. Because, man, it felt like they was going to give the 76ers the game. Now, granted, I knew that wasn't going to happen. We had all this Millie talk, all this hype around the Philly team. But, I mean, come on now. It's Philly. Like, when the last time you seen them actually, fight hard to get to the finals? Now, I'm not one of those fans that's like, oh, they ain't had a championship in years. They ain't nobody. Even if you hear me say it that way, I don't mean it that way. What I mean is, year after year, we see these teams go and fight for this trophy, right? This championship trophy, so they can get the banners, so they can get the glory and bragging rights and all that. Year after year, we watch these teams fight. Year after year, how many times have you seen Philly fight to the end? You tell me. When the last time you seen Philly actually fight like they wanted to win the finals? Okay, then. That says that. So when you hear me say, oh, that's this team, or it's the Bucks, or, the Suns, or whoever, San Antonio, whoever it is, if they not going to fight for it, then, what's the point? Now, granted, I understand that a lot of the things that I believe within, the entertainment that I watch, or, the content that I consume translate directly into my own life and how I operate and make decisions and all of those things. And this might be some of the same advice that, I feel passionately about that I should be taking myself. And that's what this whole brand is about. That's what this whole creative process for me is about. Expressing not only my creative juices, you know what I'm saying, but at the same time living up to who I am and what I believe. Not just talking the talk, but walking the walk, so to speak. Because I could tell you all day, but you might be one of those type of people that they don't register until you've seen it. I have to show you. So this is not only to show myself that I can do better, that I am great, and I have greatness inside of me, all of the above, but also to show others that they have the very same ability, and that we can come together, spread love, positivity, and make something even more beautiful. So yeah, I started talking about VPArep while talking about basketball, but you could just see how all these things just kind of, they intersect, they coincide, they work with each other, the concepts at least. So anyways, man, LeBron James is going to be facing down Steph Curry. And as much as people shit on this matchup, as much as people say, oh, we tired of seeing the Cavs versus the Warriors, I think that is bull crap, because these two teams are the most competitive in the league. They are the most competitive in the league. We haven't seen a competitive matchup between teams on the East and the West like this since the Lakers versus the Celtics in like 08, 09, and 2010. Please believe me, I was there, baby. The Celtics was my team at that time. We had Rajon Rondo, we had Big Baby, we had Kevin Garnett, we had Paul Pierce, we had Ray Allen, we had Tony Allen at one point in time. Like we had the team, baby. We had Perkins, we had the team, okay? When nobody fucking with the Celtics at that time. But the Lakers was our only like real competition. We had other people that was like, oh, this might be a little, harder than the last game, but we already know we going to the finals, baby. We taking it there. We have not seen two competitive teams, like I said, since then. And LeBron James was in the league then, but he was playing for the Cavs. But he couldn't fuck fuck with us. He couldn't fuck with the Boston Celtics at that time. I'm sorry. That's why he had to leave to go to Miami, get his mind right. Then he came back to the Cavs. He's like, all right, the Celtics ain't the same Celtics team. I can do it now. Look, I don't know if that's what he was thinking, but heck, that's what I was thinking as a Celtics fan. But because I remember us whooping LeBron James' ass, and he played so good. And you know, at that time when I was a Celtics fan, I didn't care how good the players was. I wasn't their fan because I had a whole team. You don't understand. A lot of these fans now, they only represent one player. And even me, I've kind of transitioned into being a one-player fan because they broke up my team. So I was, forced to cope and deal with that afterwards. And I kind of stopped watching the game altogether. And then when I started back watching, I was only seeing like certain people do their thing, I didn't see a big team collaborative effort. It was more like specific people on each team kind of brought that momentum and scored a lot of points and those things. And if that's the league that we're dealing with, you best believe I'm putting my money on LeBron James all day, every day. You name one other person in this league right now that's James Harden, Chris Paul, freaking Russell Westbrook, all of these people that carry their teams. I'm sorry, where are they right now? They're at home. And who's in it, baby? LeBron freaking James. And the only team right now that I feel in the league that actually has that Boston Celtics dynamic with everybody on the team working and grooving, guess who it is, baby? The Golden State Warriors. I'm sorry, I can't. Now, granted, the Celtics have a good team, but I feel like as far as working together, collaborating, being on the same wavelength, mindset, goal, all of that stuff, I feel like they need to go ahead and do some kumbaya meetings or something before we get this last series started, because they was a little up and down. They was a little rocky. I mean, they got LeBron James, but they was still a little rocky. I need them to be a little bit more neat, especially in this last series up against the Warriors if they want to take it all the way. But I'm not even gonna critique exactly how they should do that. I'm gonna just sit back and watch as the fans do. Might bring it up again once all of this is over and we can talk about it. But as for now, I just really have to get that off as a basketball fan, as a LeBron James fan, as a Stephen Curry fan, as a Draymond Green fan, as a Kevin Durant fan. I'm a fan of basketball, but I'm also a fan of these teams when they work together and they all bust their asses to achieve that goal. And I feel like Golden State has done that. Pretty much, since Stephen Curry really popped and got that light, but that's because of the matchup between them and the Cavs, which brings me back to my point. I brought up the Celtics because, like I said, this is a very competitive match. And if you was there when the Celtics versus the Lakers was going up against each other, there was no in between. You was either on the Celtics side or you was either on the Lakers side. And I promise you, for me, anybody who was on the Lakers side, I could not vibe with it. Man, I just couldn't vibe with it. Y'all had Kobe, and all y'all want to do is brag on Kobe. Kobe this, Kobe that, Kobe this, Kobe that. I got so sick and tired of it. Kobe always crying and shit when he get hurt and shit. All these people out here in the league, you know what I'm saying? Plenty of people get hurt. They ain't out here crying like little babies and shit. I do remember there was one series, though. I can't remember what year it was, and I think we was at Cheddar's, and somebody was ragging on LeBron James because he was crying like Kobe. Be that as it may, he ain't crying this year, okay? But if you was there, you understand like the tension, the competitive energy. It was just in the air. It was just, I don't know, maybe it's just in my household because again, I was a big Boston fan and Lakers was our rivals at that time. But right now, baby, in 2018, I'm rocking with LeBron James on the East, you know what I'm saying, and the Cavs. I really, really wish Kyrie would have stayed with them because then it could have been like a real, as we meet again type match. But I believe they can do it without Curry. I mean, not Curry, without Kyrie Irving. I believe they can do it without Kyrie Irving. So we gonna see. They turn LeBron out, but we gonna see. I really feel like it's one of those deals when you at the last series, man, you just gotta keep fighting. You gotta keep fighting. Y'all came all this way, and I really feel like that was a downfall for my 2010 Celtics team, because I don't know if something was going on with them, you know, on the inside, on the team part, with the coaching or whatever. You know, Paul Pierce don't even talk about Doc Rivers anymore. You know, I heard him mention him the other day, and it wasn't pleasant words that he had to say. It wasn't really negative words. It was just not much to say at all. And I don't know if that should be the way, you know, he reacted. It was a surprise to me because, like I said, Doc Rivers and those guys, that was my team. You know, I mean, that was those. The Celtics, that was my team. So it came to a surprise when I saw that the other day. But saying that, you know, I remember that last game they played. I believe they went to Game 7 in the finals that year, 2010, man. I'm in my living room watching the game on the big screen. I was by myself. Everybody else was doing whatever they was doing. And I just remember screaming at the TV like, man, y'all giving up. I can see it in y'all. Y'all not trying to fight no more. Y'all don't want to win. I'm screaming this at the TV because that last game, man, you could just see it. Especially the last quarter, the fourth quarter, like last 5 minutes or so, you can just see it in their faces and the way they playing. Like, man, y'all giving up. I'm like, no, keep fighting. Don't do it. But, yeah, so that brings back memories. But anyways, LeBron James gonna bring it home. Y'all gonna see LBJ want another ring, you feel me? He said he's not finna keep letting the Warriors just take everything. He want another ring. And 2018 gonna be the year that he grabbed that mug. So stay tuned. Get ready. Make sure y'all have y'all game party watching deals ready and set. Y'all have all the food, popcorn, wings, and all that stuff. I don't know what you eat at your party watching, game watching parties, but I probably won't even watch the games. I might catch them if I'm out. I might be working. I might just look up the stats. I might not even look nothing up until the last freaking game. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to be getting hit with notifications anyway, because that's what they do with this new age called, you know, the internet and information age. They just hit you with info. So I already know I'm going to be getting the updates. Google going to PM me and be like, yo, the game about to start. Yo, this the score. Yo, Cavs just beat the Warriors. You know, I'm going to get all those updates. So we going to see. I hope you tune in and I'll be sure to talk about it again. So yeah. Woo woo! Let me know who you going for. Warriors or the Cavaliers 2018 NBA Finals. Let me know. You already know who I'm going with. Loading on the river, loading on the river, loading on the river. Drinky drink. All right, I don't know if y'all been watching, but LeBron James and the Cavs gone ahead and they went ahead and secured that bag over this weekend. I hope everyone had a great Memorial weekend. You know, enjoyed the day, eating, you know, food and fellowshipping and you know, networking and spending time with your families and such. If you're working, shout out to you. You know, I'm always inspired by the hustle. People who work hard for their goals and dreams every single day. But back to LeBron James. I don't know if you're a fan, don't really care. You know, the stats shows it all, okay? There's proof in the pudding there. It's nothing really for us to argue about. You know, LeBron James is King James. You know, there's just nothing else for us to say. It is what it is, okay? He proves that over and over again, even when he has those bad games, even on the games where I'm calling out, like, you son of a crack, you missed that three-pointer, wide open three. We needed you to make that one. How could you do that? We're so disappointed in you. Next thing you know, LeBron James comes back the next game and he does what he has to do to secure the bag because he has a goal and his goal matches our goal, and our goal is to win the championship. That's our goal. And I'm saying our goal because, well, of course, I don't know if you know by now, but I'm going with LeBron James to take it this year, okay? We're going to go ahead and get this rematch rolling. All right, we had one in 2016, I believe it was, but Golden State went, no, Cavs might have took that one that year. In 17, Golden State came back and snagged it. However it went down, we're going to have another rematch this year, baby, and you already know who I'm putting it down. I'm going with LeBron James, LBJ, you already know, just like the freeway here in Dallas, Texas. Not going to get too far into it, but yes, I'm going with LeBron James. But, you know, it's crazy because I knew this was going to happen. Like, I knew this was going to happen. Of all the great teams that played, and yes, I'm putting great teams in quotation mark, of all the great teams that played this year, I knew ultimately it was going to be the Cavs versus the Warriors. Anybody who has had this discussion with me about basketball before this point knows this. They knew for a fact that I wanted to see the Warriors up against the Cavs. In the East, I had 3 different teams to make it to the finals. I had faith in Toronto this year. I just knew that they had Drake behind them and they were just going to, do a little bit better than they did last year. But my man LeBron James said, nope, we getting y'all out of here. They swept them 4-0. Toronto was out of there. I was actually not sad about that because, like I said, I had faith in Toronto to do a little bit better than they did last year. But at the end of the day, I'm rocking with LeBron James. So LeBron James and the Cavs is my first team. Toronto was my second team. Boston was my third team, and the Warriors my fourth team. Now, as you listen to that lineup, the only team I have in the West that I even fathomed going to the finals was the Warriors. I'm sorry, but anybody else in the West who was even looking or trying has gotten swept the fuck up out of there. Now this year I did see that Houston, they fought for it. They tried. They tried to do their thing. They tried. But at the end of the day, T Nenny on the beat already told y'all who was going to the finals in the West. And I told you it was going to be the Warriors, and believe it or not, just Google it. It's the Warriors. The Warriors is going to the finals, baby, and they're going up against LBJ, which I already told y'all this is what was going to happen. My first team in the East was the Cavs. My only team in the West is the Warriors. So, it's for me to see the Celtics versus the Cavs this year. I didn't really watch the games because I tried to, and the series that the Celtics played against, I think it was the second.
I don't think I used this one before. See how that sounds. Damn, this shit's so long.
Alright, I don't know if y'all been watching, but that brings back memories. But anyway, LeBron James gonna bring it home. Y'all gonna see LBJ won another ring, you feel me? He said he's not gonna keep letting the Warriors just take everything. He won another ring. And 2018 gonna be the year that he grabbed that mug. So stay tuned, get ready. Make sure y'all have y'all game party watching, bills ready and set. Y'all have all the food, popcorn, wings, and all that stuff. I don't know what you eat at your party watching, game watching parties, but I probably won't even watch the games. I might catch them if I'm out. I might be working. I might just look up the stats. I might not even look nothing up until the last freaking game. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to be getting hit with notifications anyway because that's what they do with this new age called, the internet and information age. They just hit you with info. I already know I'm getting the updates. Google on PM me and be like, yo, the game about to start. Yo, this the score. Yo, Cavs just beat the Warriors. I'm going to get all those updates. So we going to see. I hope you tune in and I'll be sure to talk about it again. So yeah. Woo-hoo! Let me know who you going for. Warriors or the Cavaliers 2018 NBA Finals. Let me know. You already know who I'm going with. As you know, I like to do a spot on poem. So on today's episode, I just wrote this down, y'all. Hence the name Spot On Poem. So here we go. I love to live and live to love. Thankful we must be to the power that's above. Deep in me is what is deep in you. With the activation and motivation, we can embrace that which is within us. To do a spot on poem. So on today's episode, I just wrote this down, y'all. Hence the name Spot On Poem. So here we go. I love to live and live to love. Thankful we must be to the power that's above. Deep in me is what is deep in you. With the activation and motivation, we can embrace that which is within us. Yeah. Oh, snap. I need to go back and hear the intro and see if it's, let me rename this. 0529 spot on poem, just in case. I don't want to get them mixed up. The last one I did was all in one segment though, so. Add that to it. Question of the day. Oh man. All right. Ooh, I like that. There's nobody like me. I'm at the top of things. Everyone's up under me. Ooh, oh, oh, as you know, baby. I like to do a spot on poem. So on today's episode, I just wrote this down, y'all. hence the name Spot On Poem. So here we go. I love to live and live to love.
What?
Thankful we must be to the power that's above.
What?
Deep in me is what is deep in you.
Say what?
With the activation and motivation, we can embrace that which is within us.
Ooh.
What does it mean to you? On this segment, I like to call the What Does It Mean to You segment, I'm going to be asking the question, what does success mean to you? Because I've come across so many different beautiful people, whether in person or online, whether they're, national, international, wherever they live, and we all have different means and different perspectives on what it is to be successful or what success means, or even to go a little deeper, why we even feel the need to be successful or to use the word success or to measure ourselves and others based on this concept or this feeling or however it means to you. Again, that's why I'm asking the question, what does it mean to you of success? I mean, it's very, 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 puzzling to me, just in the way that I'm curious on an individual base what it means. I mean, when you go on the macro side of it, you can have a certain perspective or criteria of what success is, quote unquote, but when you go deeper down in the individual level, you might get a different answer. You might get a more specific answer that's not generalized, so to speak, but that caters to that person, their needs, their wants, their life, their perspective. So fudge me sideways. I did not have the mic plugged up, y'all. Hold on, I might have to redo this. What does it mean to you? On this segment, I like to call the What Does It Mean to You segment, I'm going to be asking the question, what does success mean to you? Because I've come across so many different beautiful people, whether in person or online, whether they're, national, international, wherever they live, and we all have different